Hi, I haven't been in front of the camera, this side of the camera, for some time. I'm Howard Jones, and I'm taking this opportunity to tell you all about an exciting new series of videos, shorter videos, probably between 10 and 20 minutes long, specifically for those wishing to move towards a looser, more impressionistic style in their watercolours. The existing longer videos will continue to be presented, offered. I don't intend to stop those at all, but I just thought that by offering a shorter bite-sized tutorial might be better for a lot of people that maybe don't have the time to sit in front of a video and watch it for the full length or the full hour. These won't be by any means shortcut type sort of, I'm not encouraging people to take shortcuts, but I think sometimes learning a shorter bite-sized tutorial from a shorter bite-sized tutorial, it's easier. You can perhaps stay more focused. So, no shortcuts, but what I'm aiming to do is to encourage you how to work more focused, where to spend your time, what in terms of what to learn. I've been there myself many a time. You go off on a tangent, you see something else, and you think, well, I'll have a go at that, and perhaps that will help me if I do a bit of that. Planning, it's all in the planning. Incidentally, if you haven't already, I do have a free 22-page ebook available to download from my website. The link is down below, and it's basically 10 top best practice sort of tips, if you like. How to stay focused and learn how to manage the time. If you're like myself, and I think most of us on the planet here, time can be a little bit of an issue. If you only get 2 or 3 hours a week to paint, then I strongly urge you to download the book and have a look at some of the things I've sort of recommended in there. Back to the new series of videos, which I say I'm hoping to launch within the next 12 to 14 days, something like that. What I'm going to ask of you folks is if you could leave comments for me regarding the type of subject matter you might like me to cover in these shorter videos. Anything from, as I say, subject matter to methods and techniques, materials that I use, materials that perhaps I recommend. Just drop your comments down below. Even a preference, if you like. You could perhaps express your preference towards the longer video or the shorter video. You might not have a preference in that, and you choose to work between the two length videos. But comments are always welcome. Without your comments, I will just go blindly forward and hope that I'm sort of offering what you need from me. There's so much I can do that I know people will need to learn, but it would be great to know what you folks are struggling with independently on your own issues. And so I can incorporate those issues in forthcoming short tutorials. A sort of a clinic, if you like, for ironing out problems that we might be experiencing in our watercolours. Do bear in mind that these watercolour lessons are specifically for people moving away from a tight style, wanting to work in a more looser, impressionistic style. I think that's all I need to sort of announce. In the meantime, I'll leave you with a little taster of what you can expect to get from these new shorter videos. And happy painting. Until next time, bye for now. Light red, burnt sienna, ultramarine blue, and indigo blue. Indigo blue, ultramarine blue, burnt sienna, and light red. Just 4 colours, 2 warms and 2 cools. Here I've got a very simple sunset sort of lighting condition. This is a great exercise for, this is a great reference photo for a quick tonal exercise, so we can we'd be practicing our tonal values and temperature exchanges. So let's not geometric shapes of white paper dotted here and there to suggest those buildings that we decided to call them. There's a little bit of a purple area up here in the top right, so I'll pick up a little bit of ultramarine blue, not too much, and you have to be very, very careful when you're doing this not to have too much water in the brush. So we'll just pull it in from right to left across the top right hand corner of the sky there. Now I can speed dry this just to move things along a little bit, so let's do that. Gulls at the coast. And I think, you know, a quick exercise in tonal exchange and mood in temperature. You know, slightly bluer areas, the sky up here, much warmer, dark, warm areas in the foreground with a hint of information as to what's actually lying around in the ground here. So a couple of extra lines maybe down there, and that's really about it. Quickly put a mount around it. So there's this sort of grid effect. That's two vertical lines equi-spaced and two horizontal lines equi-spaced on your paper. That gives us 4 intersections, and those intersections can be used to place your focal point. And in this case the focal point is our nice little rowing boat, so we'll have a nice shallow shape. I'm going to use a similar technique as I did for these dark lines around the boat on this mooring post, and I'm just going to give it a very quick dry brush type of effect here. Now, knowing that we'll be needing some reflection off this post, what you can do here is just put a little bit of that paint, say directly underneath it there, bearing in mind that that post has got an angle slightly towards the right. I'm going to pull with my finger, with a clean finger, I'm just going to pull a reflection in this direction. So to copy the direction, it comes this way to the right slightly. Perhaps another little mark there, and I'll further increase that reflection. Now that'll we'll wait for that to dry off a little bit before we do anything else with it. Now I think we can go back to the background and the trees. It's amazing how you immediately get the effect of calm water. An inland waterway, as I say, like a canal or a quiet estuary. A little bit of just these little odd shapes on here if you're careful. You know, hold your hand in front of anywhere you don't want these little tap droplets of paint to land. If they land in the water, that's fine. Sort of reflections or you know, just a little bit of vegetation floating in the water there. Don't do too much in the boat hull, because that's what can spoil things. And there we have it. I will often in these situations use a little bit of white gouache. I just think it's great to infer, you know, a nice summer's evening perhaps, and there are seed pods flying around on the soft breeze, insect hatches off the water, all those things that remind us of summer. So there's a bit of white gouache on the point of this little brush. I'll put a little highlight over the top of that little mooring rope in places like that, just a hit here and a hit there sort of thing. And there we have a simple scene from imagination. It's pretty quick, you know, even including the preparation of having your paper out, taped down and grabbing your paints. You could probably add another 5-10 minutes to it, but it's a pretty quick exercise again. Let's put the mount around it and see what it's like. There we are.